game of chess is like a sword fight. You must think first before you move.
Clay, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I like it. Is that a movie poster for your next thing on the back?
It's not my next thing. That was actually my first film that I've ever done. I was 15. It's called The Retrieval.
There you go. And you've done so much more since then. You know, no pressure, but you're playing like real life, legends right now. So, is there? I'm curious. Like you shared a screen with some like legit icons, not only in this film playing a real life icon, but you shared a screen with Denzel. Was there ever a moment where you're kind of pinching to yourself, like, how did I end up here? You know, you're literally among the greats of both industries.
Yeah, I mean, always, dude, always. Yeah, I feel it's definitely humbling, you know, what I'm saying, but at the same time, you have that initial response, right? You're like, man, I'm working with Denzel, man, I'm working with Jeffrey Wright, man, I'm working with Daniel, like, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, like all these people are human, man. And, you know, like we're all there to do the same thing, to hop into these fucking characters, you know, and, you know, like, give the best performance that we possibly can. So I think equally with all of those experiences, like the art shines through the most, and outside of the celebrity and the impact that they have, like I think it's important to, you know, appreciate like the art that's being shared while creating these projects, you know. Yeah, obviously fucking Denzel is a fucking legend, dude. You know, like that was amazing spending those 2 months with him, and yeah, man, I'm trying to get to his level, baby. So
On your way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Playing Bobby in this film, you know, it's different to play people who are not only alive, but they're kind of with you and the creator of the project in a sense. Tell me, how much of it did you make it your own, or how much did you try to have conversations to kind of influence his life to play it as close you could to him? What was your approach on this character, and how much freedom did you have with it, really?
Yeah, so I would say that RZA gave me a lot of freedom with this character. Not that I would like take like a bunch of freedom anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a biographical character, you know, and fortunately I have the opportunity to talk to the person that I'm playing. And so for me, I just wanted to get it right, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so I have a process that I go through with every character that I do take on. But I think for this, it was so special again because this person is very much still alive, you know? So yeah, I mean, it was having those conversations with RZA. It was spending time with him and getting to like feel his energy, like how he carries himself as a person. I feel like the energy that I carried with me as him was important, you know, because that's something that people, when they meet him, pick up on immediately. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's starting with like the smaller things, and then eventually like everything else comes to fruition, right? I think we see in this second season, there's a lot of growth between Bobby in first season. Well, all the characters in general, you know, and coming into who they're becoming in season 2. You know, season 2 is focused on the continual growth of these dudes into men, and also into becoming who we know them as the RZA, you know, as ODB, as Method Man, you know, as Ghostface, so on and so forth. And so, yeah, I think the growth is naturally there. I feel like because the characters are growing so much within the script, you start the show at a certain point, but you as an actor, you're also growing with the character. You You know what I'm saying? It kind of goes hand in hand. So it's this natural thing that just kind of like comes together, you know? And there are certain nuances that are added onto the character, for me specifically, that probably weren't there first season, but that's probably because I'm understanding the character more, and the character is changing and growing. And again, like naturally, the actor's gonna do that as well. And so it's been special, man. This is like my first biopic character that I've played. Again, it's like it's rare that people play people that are alive still, you know,
Right.
where you're able to like call them up, or you know, like have a phone call, or like have a conversation in person. So yeah, it's definitely special, man. Definitely.
That's cool. That's cool, man. Keep up the great work, man. I've been following your work, especially as of late, and man, you got a big career ahead of you. And rock that chain. I love it. That's dope as hell.
Respect, bro. Respect.
Take care.
So,
The average black man is either dead or in prison by 30. Stick to the music. It's better odds.
What's up, boys? How's it going?
Hey, brother.
What's up, Jim?
Hey, I'm just getting pulled to rooms. I don't know where I'm ending up. It's kind of like a movie, you know, a thriller. So glad it's you guys.
Yeah. It's like speed dating almost.
Seriously. Well, there's more success in this because we get to interact and not fail, at least, right? So
Yeah. I stole that joke from Marcus, so I'm just going.
You did. Appreciate the credit on that. Appreciate that.
guys, how many seasons do you have left in you to do this show? Because season 2 is now about to be underway. What are you guys feeling so far from season 1 to kind of season 2?
I mean,
Jump in.
I'll do as many seasons as we have to tell the story. I think it's a big story. It's an important story. I think it's a story that's not just Black history. It's American history. And so, as many seasons as we need to tell the story, I have it in me.
Marcus?
I agree. Me too. As much seasons as they need, because the story still continues, and it's not like it's a story they gotta make up. It really happened. You know what I mean? And even season 2 is still just the tip of the iceberg. We still ain't even really even.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
definitely as many as we can make.
That sounds like it. I mean, yeah, they literally goes into the decades later, really, the story. So there's so many more things to tell. But you guys, what sort of bond do you get working on this show? Because do you go back between each other and kind of talk about when you guys were growing up and listening to Wu-Tang? Was there kind of like a teenage or childhood memories that come up that you guys kind of discussed offset about how, you know, your, in a sense, teenage years or childhood was impacted by this?
Not really. I don't think we I don't think we really, because that's the thing. We kind of, and I think they wanted it to happen. I think that's this. It seems like this was probably what RZA's vision was, that we kind of came in and just formed Wu for what, like we formed our own version of Wu. And before that happened, the casting was very important. And I feel like it was cast very well because we all have the essence of who we're playing. So it's like we kind of came together and just formed what we formed. So what you're seeing is Wu, but it's the Wu that we created. On top of that, you know, my only childhood memory of Wu-Tang was seeing the album cover and being scared as shit. Cause like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Like you see all these like people in like white masks and it's like Wu-Tang Clan. And like when you hear the music, it's so grungy. It's like, whoa, what the fuck is that? That was my first take on Wu when I was little.
Julian, how about you? Any memories that tie back to your early years?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, in my family, I have 5%ers. In my family, I have Nation of Islam. So I remember seeing those albums, you know, as we were kind of walking down the street and people kind of selling them, you know what I mean? Or you would sell bean pies and there'd be a Wu-Tang album, there'd be an Ice Cube album, there'd be, you know, Quran. So like, so as a young person I was kind of inundated with it. But I didn't start really liking the music until I got into high school. And me being a nerdy Black kid and hearing hip hop with samurai sounds and like some dude called Iron Man, I was like, oh my God, this is the little voice in my head manifested, you know what I'm saying? So it does feel like it's been kind of inundated in my childhood.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
What about you? What you got there?
Uyoata. But I would say that, you know, Melissa Vargas, who is the costumer, was just exceptional in when you walked into your fitting. Well, at least let me speak for myself. When I walked into my fitting, I really felt as though there was exchange in culture, in time, in era. You know, there's such a specificity when it comes to the fashion of the 90s. I think Melissa does a great job of tying that into the characters that we play. And for me, that's really what took me back to the times where I was like, oh, I remember when I used to wear FUBU, or when Carl Canal was like a thing like that. You know what I mean? It was like a big deal. And so it's really awesome. And I think that's what really brings me back to that era.
Man, talking of style, you're rocking it today, man, with that shirt. I can't, what's the design on it? I can't tell up close on the.
Well, it's from Gucci's campaign. So they did this 70s, and I always loved the 70s back then. So it's really like, I just love the 70s. It's such an era, you know, everybody was fly, and you know what I mean? And I love how people like embrace their own style. So
man, you keeping it fly, that's for sure, man. This was fun, fellas. Thanks for chatting up, and keep it rolling, man. Hope we talk in season 5.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Take care, boys.
Wu-Tang. It's the only way we can get to a better future.
Look, I got more mouths to feed. So I'm ready to get busy.
What's gonna be different this time?
This time, I'm gonna have my brothers with me.
What's going on, boys? You enjoying this musical chairs kind of like speed dating thing with interviews today?
Yeah,
I like this guy.
This has been wild, man. I've been on a lot of these, but I don't know where I'm going, who I'm talking to. Glad it's you guys, though.
Cool.
You know, I wanted to start out by asking you kind of individually, you know, we all kind of been influenced by different, you know, growing up or whatnot by different musicians or artists or whatever it is, bands or performers. What's the first one that comes to mind when you guys kind of like the first love of a performer that you guys had individually? I'm gonna start with you, Shameik.
My first, that's a trick question because it was a movie you guys served that literally changed my entire existence. And then, but the first, it was Chris Brown for me. That was Chris Brown. What you're talking about was early Chris Brown, like, yeah.
Oh, okay, early Chris Brown. I like that. What about you, Damani?
I ain't gonna say no. He might have took my answer, but it's all right. I'm gonna think of somebody else.
Chris Brown that popular? I mean, we got some choices here.
Because he was definitely a big impact on me because
early Chris Brown.
A lot when I was early Chris Brown. When I used to dance a lot when I was little, and then I started seeing him to the acting. I'm looking up to him, so now I want to do acting, and like ever since that, I've been focused on this, and this has been my path. So. Chris Brown.
Siddiq, Chris Brown for you too, or we're gonna change it up here.
Sadly, it is. No, I'm joking. It's not Chris Brown. It would have to be Stevie Wonder. That's who works for me. Because my mom would play his albums in the car, and you know, Don't You Worry About a Thing, and and just, I mean, all of it. I think musically, his voice and his sound was unlike anything I ever heard before. And I have like vivid memories of driving in the car and my mom playing that. So that's for music, you know, it would have to be Stevie Wonder.
Wow. I had Puff Daddy before he became P. Diddy, you know, the early stuff. So that was my jam. You know, you guys got to probably chill a lot offset. Like, I'm guessing to form this kind of bond to replicate what we're seeing on screen, you know, a tight knit group kind of brothers, you know, fighting and being each other's, you know, rocks. What'd you guys kind of do? Did you guys have any stories kind of hanging out or bonding together? And anything that particularly stands out that you guys did offset to kind of connect initially?
You know, we're filming during the pandemic, so we, you know, and our schedules were, you know, real. They weren't light on us. I think most of the bonding happened on set. You know, there's a lot of we were living on set. But offset, I would say, like, you know, maybe, you know, I love boxing, so I know I would be on set kind of on that, and, you know, I could be a little annoying to the boys sometimes, but they all did come by my loft after we wrapped, and we watched my fighter, and I think that was a good moment for me to kind of look to the left and right and be like, damn, they're probably really only here because they like, these are my boys. they like, they will come, we'll support them. We'll just, you know, come watch this with Shameik. You know what I'm saying? So I felt that way that day for sure. Otherwise, I would say the biggest bonding moments for me were probably on set.
Yeah, I think on set, and then I mean, I think there's, you know, we had little pop outs off set, especially first season, you know. Little kinfolk vibe, little this vibe, you know, this hotel, you know, rooftop vibe.
Oh, know. There we go. I see how you guys get down.
But I think those moments are just as important as the moments on set, because again, like you said, it builds the characters, the relationships, and I also just think that for all, you know, for all of us, coming back after going away and all of us, you know, experiencing, everyone in the world experiencing COVID. And then to kind of be back on set, there was just this excitement that I think that was there for all of us to like see each other and be working together in person. So, you know, all the scenes that we do when we all together, we clowning, you know, people talking shit, we clowning each other, you know, but we getting some really great, authentic material to share with you guys. So
just say this, you can't have soft skin on the set of WU-TANG. Right. Like you're gonna get tough.
Damani, Siddiq, I gotta ask you boys about one thing. You guys know there's Spider-Man right here with us, right? We got Spider-Man here on set. So you guys giving him any shit for that or any praise for that? I mean, the stardom that he has being Miles Morales, man, with that super hit.
They know we don't, you know. I
don't talk about no damn Spider-Man on the set.
Yeah,
of
I was waiting for that.
I ain't got time for that. Nah, but we do. We clown. We all clown each other. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just a part of it. You know. And then it got to the part where like I could just look at Shameik and he knows what I'm thinking. Like, he'll be saying some shit or going off, and I'll just be like. And he'll be like, "Oh my bad." You know, then he'll have his moments where he come at me, and it's just a part of it. And I feel like it also is what gives our show that, you know, that authenticity of who these men were, because they were a bunch of big personalities that wasn't going, you know, I'm not about to shrink myself for nobody on that set. And I think everybody kind of has that same mindset where it's like, nah, you gotta just rise to the occasion, and if you don't, then you're gonna get lost, but I'm not about to shrink myself for y'all. So,
hey, sounds good. I appreciate you guys keeping it real. That's how it's supposed to be. So I see the vibe out here, and it translates on camera. And Shameik, I hope we get another Spider-Verse, man. We get a part 2 here.
Oh yeah. This it's on the way. We working.
There we go. All right, fellas. Keep it going. Hope we're talking season 5 about this again. So.
Season 5.
Hey, that story, it's got some decades on it, so.
It does, doesn't it?
Yep. Hey, enjoy the virtual, you know, speed dating with the media. You know, hopefully they don't bore the shit out of you for the rest of the day.
Thank you.
All right, dude. Nice to meet you, man.
Take care, boys.
I'll see every one of y'all as stars.
It's the old dirty bastard, because ain't no father to my style.
What I'm trying to do is get all of us together to work in harmony so that our music can be complete.
You know how many rappers is out there?
Better than you?
All of us, we've been through our shit.
Finally get some beautiful ladies. I'm done. I'm kind of over talking to the guys finally, so this is good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you. Well, I love the style you ladies have in the show, but I'm seeing some real looks now too with the pink hair and Zolee. You got, wow, I love the blue eyeshadow. This is stuff I won't see on the show, right?
Definitely,
no.
Definitely not. But
They
thank
love
you.
Zolee's the one. Zolee's character is the one who has all the great hair. So she's our fashionista.
And you know what? She's got the red sweater and she's got the striped, like colorful. I mean, they really went, whoever did the costumes really went back to the 90s for sure, and pulled out some stuff.
Definitely. So yeah, they do their research and their homework and they know. So
Zolee, did you have a say in what you wanted to wear too? Or is it kind of like you get presented with something? How does that go?
Definitely. I get to work with wardrobe on, what Shurrie wants to wear for certain scenes, certain episodes. But also RZA made it known in the first season that like Shurrie always has like a sweater or like a specific jacket, a standout piece. So we try to incorporate that as much as possible as well.
You rocked it.
Which is important because we know that as an expression of self with African Americans, how we dressed was everything. And in fact, it drove the culture. It drove all sorts of not only, billions of dollars of commerce. And it all came from the streets of hip hop, which also came from the 60s and all of this. So inside of that, Black people found a way to make themselves stand out. And in turn, America and the world adopted that type of fashion.
No question. I mean, it's everything with music, fashion, everything kind of rose. Those are the times where really kind of erupted and was the start of it all, what we kind of experience today too. And it's coming back fashion wise, everything. These things are cool again, and a lot of ways.
Jim, unfortunately, that stuff was ugly then and it's ugly now. I'm sorry. High-waisted jeans. Good luck, Zolee.
No, I'm like, but our generation doesn't see it that way. I will say I do like low rise. I'm tired of the high waisted. You feel me?
I was out with my sister who was kind of like a 90s kid. She's like, those high waisted jeans gotta go. It's just not a good look anymore.
No,
it's overdone.
I'll say something that's not so PC, but the camel toe was never in, and I didn't like it then, and I don't like it now. So
wasn't that a thing you would avoid and not purposely set up?
All sorts of things, plus all the polyester sweaters. We were in the Cosby era and we had polyester, which is basically acrylic and plastic. So everybody stunk to high heaven. I promise you, we are very happy with the natural cottons organic. And Miss Zolee is an organic person. She's really all about the earth and she's about giving back. She is truly of her generation Z. She is
an original, And since you guys seem to know so much about each other, I want to do a certain thing. I want each of you to say something that you've learned about each other that you really appreciate or love about each other that you kind of connect when you connected. So, Erika, I'll start with you. What's your favorite thing about Zolee?
Okay, well, one thing. Zolee happens to be magnificently gorgeous. That's just the bottom line. She's one of the prettiest things I saw in my life. But she's also 90% Nigerian. I didn't know that because she took a DNA ancestry test. Turns out she's only 2%. But we found that all out on set. But she was walking around thinking that she was 90% Nigerian. So that's what I found out. No, Zolee is very impressionable and will believe anything.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, no.
Well, what about Erika? What dirt do you have about her or think that's endearing about her?
Erika's just witty. Like, I didn't know she would be so witty, have come back. She's a jokester. But then on the nice side, she's also a little photographer. She loves to take photos of everybody on set, whether they're asleep or they're awake, she's going to
yes.
take a photo of you. So that's like, she's also the set photographer.
Thank you, Zolee. Yes, I keep the documentation, and I have the most beautiful portraits of these young people that I think that later on people would love. But I have of all the cast members, and it's been an amazing parade of talent. And here we are in these costumes. And so, of course, we wanted to take pictures. And so they were very accommodating because Zolee is a natural model. So there you go.
No, she's gonna blackmail us.
Well, now you know who's got the pictures at least. You know where to go to the source after all.
She's going to blackmail us.
He understands that generation understands the score.
You've been around, Erika. You know how it's done, right? You know,
I had to blackmail a few people back in the day, so it is what it is.
I love it. I love the chemistry. I love the work you do on screen. This is so fun to talk to you and wrapping my day on the perfect note. I couldn't ask for anything better.
Thank you, Jim Alexander. Take care of my brother. Tell the rest of the family I miss them.
Thank you. Will do. Thank you so much. And I'm sure you took a snap of this screen, hopefully, so to document that.
Boom, I just did.
I love it. Thank you, ladies. Talk soon.
Thank you.
It could be me in a body bag right now.
Let's use it. Let's make some music.
Johnell, they left you solo now? I mean, everyone's got like 2 or 3 people in their room.
See what I'm saying? They left me solo by myself. I'm just a genius, though. I'm got to hold it down for the clan. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you got a good pad there that you're at, so all things look good.
Yes. Everything is good.
Man, tell me, what is RZA set like? I mean, for this show, what's I can only imagine, you guys from talking, kind of doing this interviewing musical chairs, everyone seems to have good chemistry together. It just seems like a family atmosphere. But what is the set like to be part of it?
Yo, it's like Wu-Tang Clan. They're family. They're together. There's like, they're my brothers. I'm my brother's keeper. It's a brotherhood. So it's like, even if we're not working on this project and we're helping to get book or manifest another project, people were on set helping with each other's auditions, or people was on set just helping with different things in life. And it's like a real brotherhood. So that's what shows on camera. Like, these guys really got the chemistry. And that's one of the best things about this actual like show. Like, we're really cool.
Have you been a fan of music growing up? Has music been a big part of your life from the start, before all this stuff? What kind of influenced you musically? I'm curious what sort of...
Wu-Tang Clan has influenced me. I'm from Staten Island, New York. So that's growing up, this is what I've listened to, who I've looked to gain my wisdom, my knowledge, my determination, my confidence. So like, this is what I really only had to like turn to. Being from Staten Island, New York, was the Wu-Tang Clan. And it just so happens that everything comes full circle. I'm playing the actual Jizza from the iconic group Wu-Tang Clan, where I'm from. So it's like, it's great. It's great.
I mean, can you imagine telling yourself this, like, 15 years ago or something, that you'd be doing it? What are your boys back home saying to you and everything now that you're part of it?
Like, it's like, they like look at me like, yo, this like really happened, John. No, you know what you're doing, what you're representing. And I'm like, yeah, I don't take it with a grain of salt though. Like, I understand that I got my city on my back. I got a responsibility. Not only am I representing myself, I'm representing some icons, some legends, a whole city, the whole New York. So it's like, it's a good responsibility to have.
I could imagine. There's always a talk of like East Coast versus West Coast music scene. Now you add the South for sure, into that. Where did you, I'm guessing you're partial to the East Coast, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a music guy, so I listen to everything. But of course, I gotta stick with my New York music. That's my roots. So the Locks, Wu-Tang Clan, Mobb Deep, that's my foundation.
It's interesting for me, like when you're kind of doing a biopic in a sense, and a lot of times it's like the person's not alive anymore, or they're not part of it, but this is made by the people who started this. Having that close kind of relationship and their actual experiences onto this project. How do you feel it's like helped you being part of it, knowing that you have a direct source always there to what it was like? And how many liberties do you take of kind of doing your own thing versus, trying to replicate what they went through?
Well, Well, to be able to have somebody like Jizza that I could reach out to and get some input and pick his brain is great. Like, I'm playing him, so I would want to get a lot of his mannerisms and a lot of his cadence down packed and not upset not only the fans but him. I'm the guy playing him, so it's been a good experience. And basically, I am also an actor, so I also love to create. So any space that I get with his character where I could bring a little, like, some of me into it, I'll bring it in there. But most of it is I always try to cater to playing Jizza and just making his fans and himself happy.
Yeah, you're doing well, right? Second season going and more to come, probably. I'm curious, what do you listen to right now? What music is standing out for you? What's on your playlist currently?
Right now, I'm listening to a lot of Davies. Listen to a lot of Jadakiss Locks. After that verses, I'm like, yo, I just can't keep that out of my mind. So listen to a lot of Masego, Summer Walker, Janae Aiko, Big Sean, Nipsey. I listen to Nipsey all the time. Nipsey Hussle, he's one of my favorite rappers, and Jay-Z, of course. I'm from New York, so.
Wow, you got some West Coast and East to there.
Yeah, and the Wu-Tang. I listen to Wu-Tang every day to wake me up. That gets my day going.
There you go, man. This was a lot of fun. I'm enjoying talking to all of you.
Thank you.
The show's great. I'm glad you're telling the story of really icons of what got it all going, really.
Definitely.
Hey,
it's been a great time.
Hey, enjoy this. Enjoy your pad, and hopefully not too many more left for you so you can go relax.
Right. Thank you, Jim. It's been an honor, bro.
You got it. Talk soon.
Talk.
Hey, yo, you really think we're gonna make it?
We're gonna make it.